So it traces its roots all the way back to the 60s, but really it was the 80s with rap battles where drop the mic became this thing. And it was when a performer went out and they gave it everything they had, and at the end of that performance, they'd given everything and there really was no one else who could respond. Let's just shut it down, drop the mic, call it good, because that's as good as it gets. January 25th, 1998. The Denver Broncos are going back to their 4th Super Bowl with John Elway as our quarterback, and we're excited, but we're nervous. In the last 3 Super Bowls, with him as our quarterback, we've lost by a larger margin than the one before. This year we're playing the Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers. The score's tied 17-17. 3rd and 8. John Elway takes the snap, he scrambles, and then he starts the run. And as he runs, he dives for the first down, he gets hit, and he starts this helicopter spin, gets the first down. Broncos go on to win the Super Bowl. City of Denver goes crazy. And John Elway drops the mic on whether or not John Elway, at 37 years of age, has what it takes to win a Super Bowl. In the world of freestyle motocross, it's all about what's that next big trick. What rider is going to take it to the next level this year? Game series like X Games, Nitro Circus, and the Gravity Games. It's the year 2000, Providence, Rhode Island. Rider Carey Hart is there, and rumor has it, something big is coming. After 2 laps around the track, Carey hits the jump and does the first full backflip on a motocross bike, and he drops the mic and forever changes the sport of freestyle motocross. It's November 7th, 2001, Country Music Association Awards. Less than 2 months since 9/11, cloud that hangs over everything. And that night, Alan Jackson comes to the stage and he sings a song, Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning? And in that song, captures where people's hearts are in that moment. It captures where they were at that time, and it communicates hope. And Alan Jackson drops the mic. The reality is there's always gonna be another rap artist that comes along and tops the last one. The reality is that, in 2015, Peyton Manning at 39 years of age won a Super Bowl. And in 2019, Tom Brady at 41 won a Super Bowl. And the reality is in extreme motocross, they've now done a double backflip. And in 2015, there was a triple backflip. They're now doing double front flips. There's always going to be another artist, another performer who writes that next great song, who does that next great performance, and another mic is dropped. The only thing ever that was the ultimate mic drop that cannot be topped was the resurrection of Jesus. God sent his son to live for us, to die for us. God said we had that value. And if you leave it at just that Jesus was born and he died, Christmas is just a birthday, and Good Friday is just a significance of just another sacrifice, similar to the Old Testament. Yes, it's a person who lived a perfect life, but it's still just a sacrifice. But the resurrection clearly communicates this was the perfect man, this perfect God who lived and died and rose again. And maybe for some of you, you question the resurrection. How did this happen? There were over 500 people that saw Jesus after he rose again. People who walked with him, who saw him, had conversations with him. Even the fact that in all the Gospels, the testimony of the 2 women who saw Jesus first. This doesn't make sense. In that time, if you want to communicate a lie, if you want to drive home a point that's not true, you would not have chosen women to be the ones that you say saw him first. Women did not have the place that they deserved. Women were not seen as God created them, and they were seen as less. But the cool reality is that Jesus appeared to 2 women first. That's awesome. But beyond that, it had to be true. You wouldn't make it up this way. There's so many reasons to believe in the resurrection. And because of that, we need to believe in the fact that there's a God that loves us, that there's a God who sees this sin that separates us and goes, I don't want it anymore. I sent my son to pay the price for that. He rose again, he's alive today, and you too can have life in Jesus Christ through this. The resurrection, when I think about the foundations we've been going through, it is probably the ultimate foundation of our faith. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your Easter. It's a beautiful day, and I can't wait for us to actually get back together, see each other, and I miss you guys, students, and I miss your families as well. Happy Easter.